April the 6th, 2025. Guys, you're looking at our website, bpearthwatch.com, and we've got this Electropure water filter system back on sale from the manufacturer. And they've got $100 off. They do this 2 or 3 times a year. Take advantage of it because, it says the sale ends soon, but it's $100 off. Just bear with me a minute. I'm going to click here and I'll show you. Now, again, it's normally $279. It comes with this filter, and it's $100 off. They also have, if you just have a credit card, 4 payments of $44.99 a month will do it, and it's very easy to handle. But it will, if you come here, it'll give you a tremendous amount of information, different images, what it looks like on your counter. People take this thing camping and bug out with it, guys. All of the above, and also on this section, it will tell you that about the 99.9% of all contaminants that it removes. Very good deal. But again, let me click this. A lot of people take it camping or in a bug out situation. You can put the water in the top. It's going to charcoal filter it, and it will taste great. If you're like our water system here in this county, it tastes very chlorinated. And when ours comes out of the tanks, we have 2 now after all these years, there's no taste. It's like the cleanest taste you've ever filtered, but it does it naturally through these big block charcoal filters. But what I'm going to do is tag a video behind this. Now, the video, you may have seen it before, but it goes into detail about the Electropure Pro water system and the invention that Tina and I made here, that we patented. We designed it, and we build it and ship it from here, and it's called the Aquaflow Max. It's also on the front page of www.bpearthwatch.com. Again, this price may change, so if you're watching the video in a couple of days, this tag may be different, but the video will still be there, again, because they changed it so much. But the video goes into a little bit of detail about what the Electropure does and how to use it, along with our invention, the Aquaflow Max. So take a look at it, guys. We appreciate it. It helps our channel very much. So shop with us. It doesn't cost you another dime than going straight to the manufacturer. We've been with them for over 12 years, and they've helped us through some situations to where we actually had our channel taken down a few times, and that we survived because of that. But again, you're not going to beat this price because the filters you're going back to these charcoal filters here. It will hold 4 if you wanted it to just filter that much faster. But we go into detail about that in the video that's going to be tagged into here. Take advantage and save yourself $100 right now and help support our channel. We appreciate it very much. So heads up, be safe. As you're looking at my almost completed back porch that we enclosed last fall, this fall I'll try to finish it, but it's sealed up. We have screens and windows in here, but I've got good light today, and I want to talk about the Electropure water filter because it's on sale, and a lot of you guys are buying it, and I'm getting questions, and I want to try to simplify the video. It's going to take a minute, but just bear with me here. Again, I've had one for about 3 years. I wouldn't do without it. You can make it 3 days without water. You can make it 3 weeks without food if you have water. 3 days, guys, that's it. Your organs start shutting down. And the reason I'm showing the unboxing is to show that it's very compact. Now, it's tall when you put it all together, and what this does is make it very easy to put in a bug-out kit or anywhere in storage. Anyway, when you open it, you have the stainless steel tanks, pretty much lifetime, no rusting, and you have one of the Electropure charcoal filters. And again, I'm going to go through some of the questions that were asked. Inside also are the very easy to attach attachments. You've got the spigot, and you've got some stoppers that go in this thing, and a handle. It's very easy. You got a little top right here, one Phillips head screwdriver again installs it. That's the only tool you need, and it's the only screw that's involved in the entire situation. Everything is hand tightened. Everything's pre-drilled, and again, here's your spigot. You take this off, stick it in from the outside, put your washer back in, put your nut back on, and you're good to go. This is the bottom tank there, and this is where all the water goes after it's filtered from the top tank. Again, very simple installation. It takes just minutes. Check it out. Again, stainless steel, will not rust. Same with the top tank. And you've got about 2.25 gallons of storage in each tank. In other words, fresh water that you want filtered, you can put 2.25 gallons, say 2 gallons in the top, and that will give you that capacity in the bottom. Plenty. Now, it takes time to filter it because the slower the filtration, that means the better job it's done. That's why this is number one in the world. It comes with the 1 filter and 3 stoppers because there's 4 pre-drilled half-inch holes in the bottom of it. That's so you can add additional filters, because you're going to get about 5,000 gallons of water per filter. So that, you think about 5,000 gallons of spring water at the store, that's going to be about $5,000. Think about it. Anyway, it's sealed in a Mylar bag that has water in it, so when you open it, have it over the sink or something, because that's keeping that charcoal fresh. And it comes with your instructions here. Total capacity, again, 4.5 gallons, 2.25 in each tank, and it'll give you this information. But and this is what the filter looks like, guys. Solid block of charcoal. And if you, like, for instance, for my coffee in the morning, things like that, I'll fill up the top tank in the evenings when I'm through using it. But I don't cook without this water. I use this for iced tea, all the cooking, coffee, anything that has to do with food or beverages. It comes from this tank because none of the water systems, guys, are safe. And again, I'm going to put a link to the lab tests, and they're extensive. But scroll down that page and look at stuff like radiation. Again, the last thing is you put this 1 screw with 1 Phillips head screwdriver, the only tool and the only screw in the entire deal here. Put it on and you're good to go. Now, I'm also going to mention one of the products that we developed and we build here, good old made in the U.S. But you can't improve on the filtration of it. It's no way, number one. But we have a product called the Aquaflow Max. Hundreds of you guys have ordered it to go along with the Lexapure. And it was simply something that we designed, patented, and we make again right here. Comes in a bubble envelope. It's practically unbreakable. It is an air intake valve, basically what it is, and I'm going to explain that to you. But first, what I want to do is explain something. In the top of the tank, in the very top tank, you've got water. In the bottom tank, where that water is draining, you have air, and that's exchanged very slowly. When the water comes down into the bottom, the air is pushed back up into the top tank through the filtration system itself. Very slow, very clean process. But once that happens, you notice that the trickle now started out very good when you open the valve. Again, you can't improve the filtration. What we have improved is the outflow rate. Again, the air now is trapped in the top tank. How do we get it back into the bottom? It's not going to come through these charcoal filter blocks fast enough to make up the difference. Without the air in the bottom of the tank, you're not going to get an outflow. Again, just like the vents on top of your house, go up there and take one of those off and see how well your shower drains in your commode flushes, things like that. And so what happens here is we need to get that air that's in the top tank back down into the bottom. Again, it cannot come through those charcoal filters fast enough to be a displacement factor. And that air in the bottom of the tank, again, is what allows the flow. So this Aquaflow Max, we developed it here. Not long after I got my first one, I saw a problem with it, and I've been in construction a lot in my earlier days. Guys, this takes away all the problems, and I'll show you what happens. Remember, you've got 4 holes in the bottom. This thing has 3 stoppers in it. Again, here's kind of a graphic. I'll pause it. As the water in the top tank in the blue fills up the bottom, it pushes the air that's in the bottom of the tank up into the top.
You're going to need that air intake for that water to flow out of the bottom of the tank. It cannot come back through those filters fast enough. So without any modification to your Alexa Pure water filter, this was developed to go in one of those 4 holes that I showed you in the top tank, where you can add different or more or multiple charcoal filters. So this, again, hand tightens just like your filter. Same size hole, no problems with any type of warranty, no drilling or nothing. And here's what we got. It comes with 3 rubber stoppers and 1 filter. And you see the filter that had the nut on it. Now, same thing with the the Aquaflow Max. You leave the red washer on the top, insert it into the top tank. The washer stays on this unit. That keeps it from draining into your bottom tank. This is simply for air. Again, you just hand tighten the custom nut on this thing, no modifications. Pull 1 stopper out. This is what it looks like. And when you fill up your tank, do not go past the top of this. It's just an inch or so below the fill rate anyway. That allows the intake to be there at all times, and you don't want water going directly into the bottom tank that's not filtered. So in the instructions with the Aquaflow Max will show you. Now look at the difference. We're exchanging air from the top tank back into the bottom. Plumbers, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. And hundreds of people have bought this over, I guess we're going almost into our 3rd year now of building and settling. As me and my wife build these right here. But again, this thing in just a few minutes. Now if you do this test, you'll see that, and this is a gallon jug, that it takes it about 10 minutes to get less than half full without the Aquaflow Max. And you can see here that probably 40-45 seconds you can time it. You've got complete outflow because there's no cutting off of the air. Remember, the top tank now has air in it, even if it still has some remaining water that you've added to it before all of the other water had filtered through to the bottom tank. It has enough in there to keep a steady flow. And so when you get up in the morning and you're ready for that coffee, you're not sitting there for 20 minutes waiting for this thing to fill up your pitcher. You see what I'm saying? And in just a few minutes, you got the best filtered water on the planet. And ours, again, has nothing to do with filtration. You can't improve on the best. I'm not trying to. Simply an addition that is, to me, an improvement.